Hello, my name is Jessica Scott Dunda, and this is an overview of a grant writing course design that I would like to create. And it's grounded in the adult learning theory, andragogy. Okay. Um, my course would teach the basics of grant writing, how to find a grant, composing the application, monitoring and tracking the progress, and final closeout. And the target population for the course would be new or aspiring grant writers, um, possibly from nonprofits, the education sector, or community groups. The theoretical framework that I chose was andragogy because it emphasizes adult learners, and I believe that that would be who I'd be targeting. Um, Within andragogy, adults bring prior experiences um, to the task or the learning, and Malcolm Knowles was a a prominent figure in adult education, and he's the one that's credited with developing and popularizing andragogy. But it basically talks about how like adults want to be self-directed, they want to have autonomy, and they want their learning, if they're gonna do it, to be relevant to their careers or their vision for where they want their future to go. They want like real world, authentic scenarios and tasks. So, and it does support all those things, especially like now with like the digital age where people aren't really into like commuting or driving to undertake professional development or coursework. It's so easy to do it in a hybrid or online situation. Okay. All right. So strengths and weaknesses of andragogy. The strength is what we talked about already. It's practical. It's relevant to what they want, adults, to their career, their aspirations for their future. And it gives autonomy and it's real life applications. Of course, it has that digital or technological integration. Weaknesses is it assumes that all adults are self-directed and we're not. You know? And it may overlook some of those social or collaborative learning opportunities if it's not intentionally designed that way. Okay, so for my course, some of the digital technologies that I would propose I would incorporate would be grant search databases or platforms. So we use like GrantWatch, Foundation Directory, Candid, collaborative tools like Google Docs or MS Teams, and project management tools like Smartsheets, video modules for microlearning, and simulated grant review exercises. All right. And here is my concept map. And here are the 5 andragogy principles, the corresponding course module or proposed course module that I would create, and those digital tools and technologies that would correspond with each one of those principles and the modules, and then the purpose or connection. So under self-direction, um, it would be about the module would be about finding grants and monitoring tracking. We would use those grants databases that we spoke of and possibly Smartsheets for the organization. The databases would be like GrantWatch, Candid. And this one, Philanthropy Now. Purpose and connection is it supports the learner's independence, real life decision making. All right, the other principles here, relevance to the learner, finding the grant, the databases, again, checklists and templates, and the learners engage with content that directly applies to their professional goals. So the learner would be probably, with the course, it would be the best case scenario for them to actually go after a grant that has a deadline that they actually want to do. Use of experience composing the actual proposals. You can practice on templates and things that aren't real, but why would you do that? Like it's a lot of work. So you would probably go through the course with actual, picking a grant that was real and then just diving in and doing it. I've actually I did at FGCU, I did like a grant certification, and it was like a lot of theory. And so I would like actually create something that had like down here, immediate application, composing actual proposals, and then using actual template, real grant scenarios here, and then your skills are used immediately. And then for the last principle, problem solving or problem centered learning, just go through the monitor and tracking. Once you get to that piece, it's not that difficult, and then case study simulations could be one avenue, but we could also just create the real thing. And it's realistic, it's task-based, and it's active problem solving and project tracking. That's it. So, here is the real concept map of the modules and the principles as it aligns the purpose and the digital tech piece that we would be using for the proposed grant writing course. Thank you.